I think Cuba would be a better example of visiting a communist country. Or China.
We finally raised our embargo on them, didn't we?
On Cuba, yes.
Yeah, because I just remember I finally smoked my first Cuban cigar the other day.
Oh, yeah?
It's very lackluster.
Oh, man.
I've had the Gurkhas, actually. The Gurkha cigars are much better than that.
Just doing a few checks, and we are live, by the way, but I'll get us started once I check a few things.
I don't know how to answer I don't know how to answer Lazy's fucking question here. I'm gonna say no. No.
Let me get everything.
Do some
up.
research, but I'm gonna guess no.
All right, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Primus Prime Time, the second to best live show that pops up every now and then. I am not on my A game today, you know. I am in the middle of finals. I am tired. I have finals tomorrow.
What?
What? I have finals tomorrow. Well, it sounded like you had like a cancer fit in the middle of my sentence. Just checking.
Kind of.
Just checking if everything's okay. But I'm tired. I'm very tired. I have a headache. I am not on my A game today, but thankfully this is a topic that Twisted can talk a lot about. And by the way, there are like 1,000 better topics we could have picked than this one today. It's May the 4th. I didn't see that in my planning. We could have been talking about Star Wars. Also, Infinite...
Let's change it right now. Star Wars.
We can't change it right now. And Infinity War is a big, you know, topic going on right now. So if I was a good YouTuber and knew how to cash in on popularity and views, I'd be doing something on Infinity War. Have you watched Infinity War yet, Twisted?
No.
No? Will you watch it by next week?
Possibly.
Possibly. If you do, we might do an Infinity War.
Did you say possibly?
I said possibly. I repeated what you said.
It sounded like you said possibly.
Did you say possibly?
I don't know. Did I say possibly?
I don't think either of us said possibly.
Shit, I heard possibly. Okay, never mind. We're both not in it right now. We're both kind of out of it.
Last Gamer 64 last. Don't spoil Infinity War, please. Why are you on the internet, man? I don't intend to spoil Infinity War on this discussion on Halo, but you know, things happen. Well, yeah, there are a lot of topics we could have planned ahead with this better, but whatever. I'm dead on the inside. I'm very tired. I have a lot of stuff to do. I know we usually chill around after the stream, Twisted, but I actually gotta go after this stream because, you know, I gotta do that work, study.
That's fine. I gotta go out to do whatever with the wife.
Also, guys, Twisted believes that his audio is kind of quieter than it should be. If you guys think anything can be changed for Twisted's audio, let me hear your opinions in the chat. I am so tired. I am not in the streaming
mood?
Not exactly mood.
Headspace?
Maybe headspace. Maybe atmosphere. I don't know. But today, we're...
It's the same atmosphere you're always in.
It does sound quiet, Slay says. Alright, let me just make sure... What about the music? Is the music too loud? My suggestion, boost the desktop audio? Yeah, and like kill my own ears with the microphone? I mean with the headphones?
You can change what's being output to your headphones.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so you can change what's being output to your default and what's being outputted to your headphones. You just have to specify in OBS where it's dragging that audio from.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying at all?
I guess. I just don't know how to do it.
All right. So I turned my sensitivity up just a bit. I'm sorry for hurting your earphones. Yeah, your head earphones, your ears. But I think this is the best way to make this happen.
All right. Well, no, you can just boost it on OBS. It's on max on OBS.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of Halo, I just got a Halo figure named Fred. Oh, which one was Fred again? Jesus. I think it's Spartan 104, 107. Fred Spartan, let's see. Fred. I'm trying to remember which one he is. Fred, yeah, 104. That's what I thought. He's actually known to be more of a goofy ass Spartan.
Oh, really? With a name like Fred, I thought he'd be the destroyer of worlds.
There's a Halo Legacy, I think it is. I got it on the shelf over there. Halo Legacy, where he has his own little short, where he like hand-to-hand fights a mutant Covenant. Humorous. If you happen to pick it up, or I think it's probably on YouTube at this point. Called Halo Legacy. It's a bunch of little short things made by different artists. It's actually really, really nice, really well done. It is none of it is canon though, but then again, if we're gonna hop into this now, nothing is canon anymore. Thanks 343 Studio Industries.
Oh boy. So if you guys can't tell, we're doing sort of like the next installment in the How We Got Into Blank series. Last time it was with Ultrux, we talked about Assassin's Creed. This time with our good old co-host Twisted Ambition, which by the way, I don't think I say it enough. Thank you for being the co-host Twisted Ambition. I know it's hard to, you know, come in every week and be a co-host on a dying YouTube channel, but you know, we appreciate it here, so thank you very much.
I've been late to almost every stream.
I
don't know how. I'm only here like on time today because I was home all day.
Oh yeah, I wish I was home. Summer break's just around the corner, and I can chill. I can get my energy back.
Oh yeah, B-Man said he's seen it. We need more people. Then advertise the fucking stream.
Yeah, have you tweeted it out? Have you shared it? Have you gone to like your friends and said, "Hey guys, wanna see a stream?"
You got to do your part. You get clapped at.
Jesus.
Claps. Those little claps you got, little.
Yeah. But yeah,
I just noticed that little smiley face has the tiniest little thumbs up.
I know, it's
got the tiniest little thumbs up. It's so adorable.
It looks like some sort of condition.
Okay, so you mentioned in the last stream how you got into the IDW universe, so on and so forth.
Right.
We're gonna go and hop into this unless you got something else to talk about.
I can just preface
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know you'll have the bulk of what to say, so I'll get my stuff in first. I'm pretty much a casual fan of Halo, but I loved it when I played it. I played Halo Combat Evolved on PC, the original, the OG, very polyagonal game, and I just loved it. I thought it was a very interesting take on first-person shooters, what with the multiple, like, you know, when I was walking through that base and started seeing Flood and Covenant fighting each other, like, oh, this isn't going to be your typical shooter, is it? And I just really enjoyed that. And I played Halo ODST for a little bit, and is that it? Multiplayer on Halo 3, because ODST had threes and multiplayer. Yeah. Is that it? I think that's it, but I enjoyed multiplayer on Halo 3 a lot. And I also like Red vs. Blue. That's kind of Halo.
Jesus Christ.
But
it was good in the early days when they got what's his fuck on board, and then it kind of like went downhill for me.
Yeah, after
it got way too edgy.
Yeah, there was a point where it actually had a solid conclusion. I'm like, oh, good, and oh, we're gonna continue. No,
no,
don't do
kill
that.
Off Church and Red Leader and all that. Just kill them all off. I don't give a shit anymore. Don't continue this. Oh, you're adding new Spartans. Fuck me.
Let's see. That's my experience with Halo. I only have a small exposure to it, but what I was exposed to, I absolutely loved.
Yeah. Last Gamer 64. Fuck. if the stream gets a little larger on a more consistent basis, we'll take calls and that kind of stuff. We've talked about it for future references.
Is that what he means by voice chat?
Yeah, I think it's what you think of talking about is like call-ins and stuff.
Yeah, in the event that we get a consistently fairly large audience to do phone calls, we will do phone calls. It's just, you know how many people have joined the Discord server since we started this series? Zero. So yeah, it's hard to do calls when no one's in the Discord server. So there's a link in the description.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not on the Discord yet, hit that button below. Join us on Discord. We post funny memes. Like I posted out some funny stuff, some funny occult stuff for this stream.
Some crazy Halo cult stuff. I don't know why
I have June from Halo Reach crucified on my fucking wall right now.
Yeah,
I have not taken him down.
Oh, you're just gonna leave it there?
He's just there. My wife walked in and went, "The fuck did you do to the Spartan?" I was like, "Don't ask questions." And then she got mad about me using tea candles.
It's Halo stream night. We have to summon the Halo gods.
Oh, guess what? He said he just joined.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, we won't take calls this stream because we're still small. But if more people like you join the Discord server, and we get a sizable amount of Primus Primetime viewers, yeah, phone calls are definitely a goal to achieve. Although I don't know how attainable that goal is. It's just out there.
You say that, but that Major guy joined as well from the stream.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he joined from the stream, and so did no, Timber's been here a while. I don't know who the fucking Mount Gray guy is. Fucking.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's your proof. That's your experience with Halo.
Yes.
Yeah. Me in particular, I have played every game except for the most recent one, 5. And that's just because I personally believe 343 Industries has destroyed the franchise.
Oh.
I don't like the way they've gone with it. The minute they got a hold of it, they did the same thing that Disney did with the Star Wars multiverse or universe, whatever, and said only the movies matter. Halo had such a deep and rich canon lore, all the books, all the just everything, all the little extra details they added in the writings and animations and comics and all that. They all said that was canon. It all went through Bungie. They all said this was all right, and it was all canon. But 343 came in and said only the games matter, and I went, get fucked. I don't like it because Star Wars in particular, my favorite stories on Star Wars. So, I'm trying to tie this in a little bit with May the 4th.
Right.
It's working a bit. There was something called the Star Forges in Star Wars that there was one story they pumped out 8 or 9 fucking Death Stars in a blink of an eye. So it just became so like a power trip. The same thing happened in the Halo multi-universe, and they just said all that's got rid of. So they had so many more games they could have made off that stuff, off just the stories alone. Brought those stories to life, and that would have made them so much fucking money. Now I don't know if they did that because they didn't get rights to these stories. I don't know if that was the issue. Which honestly I can see it being Bungie's not very nice with giving away their rights. From my understanding, they only gave them rights to Chief for X amount of games. Because they were trying to what sounded like kill off Chief in the next game or two.
Can you get away with that with just killing Chief, the face of the face of the franchise?
I could actually say yes for that one. My favorite games are not ones where Chief is the main character. Chief is a neat character. I like him as a character. I keep using take a shot every time I say character. So that you'll die. But the games are very much cookie cutter. My favorite games are Reach and ODST by far. I love the grittiness. I love the time scaling that ODST had. I love the multiplayer of ODST. I didn't play multiplayer in any game except ODST because I did not enjoy it.
I thought Halo's multiplayer I thought was like the definitive part of Halo, that the multiplayer was good, at least at the beginning.
I played it more for the story. I played the multiplayer a little bit here and there, but I actually didn't get into PvP games until like, I don't know, 6 years ago. I just didn't have enough hand-eye coordination to just deal with that level of sweatiness.
Oh yeah.
That Halo and COD kind of portrayed. And you know, when you talk about the other, you know, COD and Halo, I kind of feel like go in the same kind of vein together with the FPS genre. Just because people got just as sweaty on that game as they did on COD or Battlefield or one of those other war type FPS games. My first game was of course Halo 1 on the original, you know, the original Xbox, which I still have on my shelf here and it's still functioning. I've turned it around again to clean it out and make sure it still works. I had one of the old, what was it called? I always called it a UFO controller. They're just these old clunky piece of shit controllers that Xbox used to make. Like the original Xbox controllers, the ones that no one ever sees.
Oh yeah.
But my father ended up buying this console for a couple war games. He bought the whole console for like 2 or 3 games like we do nowadays, I guess.
Right.
Played those, and then we were in the store and we found Halo. And I picked it up, you know, didn't know much of it, and I played the ever-living hell. I probably beat that game 3 or 4 times. I beat it first time normally, the second time I tried to do pistols only, or which you really can't do because, you know, each level gives you a different kind of set of weapons and skills you can play around with. Halo 2 was a very interesting game by itself. It was, in my knowledge, I don't know if any of the other games did. No, Halo 3 did it. The dual wielding weapons thing. Where you can just like grab 2 SMIGs and just fucking go ham on the Covenant.
Did they not go with dual wielding beyond 3?
I don't believe so. I don't remember in 4 or Halo Reach doing that, or ODST. Wow. Yeah.
I enjoyed my dual wielding in 3 multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say they only did it in 2 and 3. I don't know really why. Honestly, because it was OP in multiplayer.
Yeah.
That honestly has to be the reason why. Because but you do wield pistols, GG. Pistols, I remember were OP in the fucking online gameplay.
I always went in with like double needlers.
Oh god, yeah. Just load them in and just wait for the explosion. Captain Blue Volt, yes, Halo Legends, we were actually talking about that earlier. With Fred and all the little mini-series. Really great. Anyone hadn't seen it, please pick it up. I bought it the minute I got to see it. The minute I saw it on the shelf, I picked it up. Back in, I guess, high school at this point. ODST, I'm just trying to go down the row here. 2 was very innovative with the guns. 3 is when I started losing a lot of interest in the game, in the series as a whole. Just because, 1, Africa was completely lost. I don't know if y'all knew this in the story. Spoiler alert. If you haven't played the game, why are you here? They glassed Africa completely because the flood landed. Oh. They evacuated as many people as they could. They stated that a lot of people died from the glassing. Because after the actual like wars, like the war stopped after 2, the Covenant made it their job just to exterminate the flood throughout the universe. So the minute they heard that the flood had landed on Earth, they dispatched their glassing troops, and they literally just started making Africa just a wasteland. Because the only way to kill off the flood is to destroy them as a spore.
When was this? After like which game?
This was 3. This is like halfway through the third. Do you not remember this?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just completely fucking glassed over Africa.
Ah.
And they stayed. I think at one point they stayed. It only took them like 8 hours.
Hmm.
They're in space. They're in Earth's orbit, just firing down lasers of hellfire upon the Earth.
I mean, but it's just Africa, though.
It's just Africa.
It's just Africa.
Numbani, not Numbani, Numbai. Whatever they fucking called the city in South Africa that was like the major hub for the Space Marines, was completely wiped out. Oni's Earth section was also wiped out, which saved Halsey a lot of ass ache in the future, because all of her research was destroyed. By the way, that book you saw in one of those pictures, that book is just chock full of information about the Spartans and how they're made. It's Halsey's journal I got off the Halo Reach edition of the legendary edition of the game. And it's really cool. It's got a lot of little patches and a lot of, I've read through the entire thing at least once. It's a good read.
Yeah,
I know you can find it. I know you can find a PDF of it online somewhere.
Yeah, if when I was in middle school or high school, I probably would have gone a lot more into Halo if I actually bothered to deal with the lore, because you know me, you know how I love obscure lore through ancillary material, but I never actually looked into it.
Yeah. What else was there? Oh yeah, Blue Vault was I completely forgot about that. Yeah, they fucked Africa. After that they had don't crucify me if I get this wrong. I believe ODST came out after 3.
Yeah.
Yes, it did, because Halo 3 and ODST were happening at the exact same time. And I loved ODST because, one, you were not anything special. You were just a Marine that was an idiot. That's all you were.
And that's why I like ODST.
They were the Hell Jumpers, as everybody else called them, were just the bravest of the dumbasses that decided to be dropped from orbit in a pod. We might live, might die. They were just slightly better trained than the normal Marines. And if you remember in Halo 1 and 2, how annoying they were to follow any kind of instructions.
Oh yeah.
I hated playing Halo 1 and having one of them as a gunner.
Oh.
Because they were just awful fucking shots.
Yeah.
God, they fixed it in the Anniversary Edition. They fixed it in the Anniversary Edition where the AI is actually decent. And it's funny, actually, on my Xbox One, I have Halo 1 through 3, just as it came as the bundle. And then I have all my other games on my shelf. All those games you saw in the picture. Anyway, back to ODST. ODST was very interesting. You had you would spawn in one character in the nighttime, one during the daytime, and the whole goal was to try to get back with your platoon, your group, your squad. Some of your squad hasn't made it. Some people were knocked out until nighttime. Some got up and immediately went after they landed on the Earth. And you just kind of walked out, and then you had the engineers. Engineers are by far probably my favorite creature in the series, in the Halo lore. The engineers are precursor creatures that were just living machines, essentially, like organic machines. If you read into some of the actual story, backstories, and some of the what is the name of that series? What is it? Ghost of Onyx, I think it is. No, it can't be Ghost of Onyx. It's one of the books. They talk about how the engineers were, kept as almost prisoners. But as long as they're working on some kind of machinery, some kind of precursor artifacts, they were 100% okay with this. They just love working with machinery. The first time in Halo 3 when Chief meets an engineer, it starts wanting to fuck with his armor. And he's like, no. Go the fuck away. And actually, in ODST, he actually does fuck with their armor. And some say I don't know if it did this or not. It's just like one of those little folklore kind of things in the community. That the first time that one of the characters actually sees with the engineer fucks with his armor, he actually gives you a damage reduction. Don't know if that's true or not. I haven't done the research on that one in particular. That's just one of those little folklore things. Like, oh, if you go here at this time at night, you'll see this in the sky, or you'll get this kind of special weapon, or
yeah.
the N64 days.
Oh yeah. If you push this truck, Mew will appear.
Is it bad that I kill most of the Marines during the campaign Halo 1 and 2 just because they annoy me? No, I did the same thing. Genocides are fun.
Oh wow.
But that Halo ODST was great. They actually show off some of the. You get a feel for what the Marines that you killed in 1 and 2 had to go through.
Yeah.
At one point, they talk about how Master Chief is actually fighting on the other side of the city, and they go, "Should we go and help him?" Nah, they make a little reference, almost like, "Yeah, no, we'll get in his way," and you know what happens to it get in a Spartan's way. I honestly believe that was a direct reference to Halo 1 and 2, when you would just massacre the annoying NPCs.
Well, we have a quote: "Genocides are fun, twisted ambition." It goes right up in the Hall of Fame with, "I liked the school shooting and the Holocaust was fun," or whatever it was I said. The Holocaust was funny. That's what I said. This show brings out the best of us.
Jesus Christ. I regret nothing. But Halo, again, game fantastic. The next one that came out would be Halo Reach at that point, a precursor to the rest of the games. This being right before Halo 1 starts. Because Master Chief in Halo 1 is actually coming from cryostasis because he's being taken from Reach.
Right.
In the final scene of that game, again, spoilers, in the final scene of Reach, you can actually see Master Chief in a cryo cell on the Pelican leaving.
Is it necessarily a spoiler if that's the first scene of the first game also?
No. In the first game, you're already on the ship. You've been on the ship for a couple of months at this point. Reach had happened like 2 or 3 months prior to Halo 1 starting. They just don't activate. They don't let Spartans walk around freely. They keep Spartans in hibernation until they're needed.
But it's not like the scene of him going into hibernation is a spoiler. Like, dang it, I didn't know what happened. How do people just get into cryostasis? Like, my language has been off for a while. I've been playing too much VR chat with Japanese players.
I know. I was telling Lazy about that the other day. It's like, oh, don't fucking speak what you're speaking, dude. No. I'm just here hanging out.
I think the implication at the beginning of Halo 1, when he gets out of the cryo tube, is that at some point he went into the cryo tube.
You know what I mean, dude.
All right.
Reach in particular is a game full of lore, full of history, and a lot of people didn't know. They didn't know if Chief was just put on the Pillar of Autumn originally, just that's where he was assigned to, or he was. Halo Reach told that he was assigned there. He was assigned there out of necessity, out of not necessity, out of like emergency. And to think, if they had sent him into another ship, the Pillar of Autumn wasn't anything special at the time. If they had sent him to a different ship, the entire Pillar of Autumn crew would have just been destroyed. You would never met the rings, any of that. So, Chief being put on that ship had a domino effect of, okay, we learned about the rings. We learned that this is how we were actually created. We learned that there are these, we learned more about these other creatures. We learned we had a peace treaty because of this. Now the Covenant are on our side, because we have a common enemy. you know, that one thing toppled into a huge domino effect of events that ended up helping the world in general. They did not have to ship him to the Pillar of Autumn. Let's see. Actually, he's on my shelf behind me. Actually, George from Halo Reach, the big bulky guy, with the big chain gun. I have a stuffed plushie of him that one of my friends made me back in high school.
Oh.
And,
is Spartan armor plushy? Is it soft?
Yeah, it's all felt. It's all felt.
Just like in the lore.
Backpack has like a battery in it. Hey, I like him.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed how, quote unquote, none of the characters made it. There's a spoiler for you. None of the characters in in Reach made it, because it's just like I don't know if I want to say this or not. I guess people would already know this. The Rogue One. You seen Rogue One Primus?
Yep.
Spoiler alert: none of the main characters live, because it would make no fucking sense for any of those characters to have lived. I mean, Rogue One was a suicide mission from day one. Just like, and you know, George died thinking he was saving his home planet. Kat's arm was fried, and she got headshot. Let's see. I don't remember how June died. No, June didn't die. Actually, no, June didn't die. Actually, did he get on the ship with Hang on, I gotta actually look that up. I gotta see June.
I think I remember a lot of the emotional response from Halo Reach of the players in the story. You know, because, like, you know, everyone dies at the end. You can tell a good story with that premise.
Huh, he was 6'11". Wow, that's interesting to know. Huh. I'd say he's nowhere to be found. He's MIA.
Do you think he'll pop up in a future Halo game?
God, I actually really hope he does, because having just a sniper elite form of Halo would be kind of neat, because that's what, you know, June was known for with sniping. Yeah, doesn't really. It just says MIA. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Buck just rams this ship into the side of a what are they called? Scarab? Yeah, Scarab. Didn't even finish it off, which is like I remember that moment in the game was like, Buck gave his life for us. Yes. I'm so sorry to miss him. You know, we were sad, but like he went out a hero. And then a little later on, the fucking Scarab he ran into like pops out of nowhere and shoots our ship down. Like, well, Buck died for jack shit.
That's what we'll write on his tombstone.
You know what? That's what we're gonna tell about. He died for nothing.
I'm picturing, like, you know how at Normandy there's this field of crosses and stuff for all the soldiers who died at the beach landing, just cross after cross after cross after, you know, the occasional Star of David. And then, like, you're just walking through all the, like, this memorial of all these soldiers lost, and it has, like, their names and stuff, and one just says, died for nothing at all. Didn't do anything helpful.
In fact, he wasted a few $1 million crashing a Sparrow into the goddamn machine. Who's paying for that, Buck? Who?
True heroes, each and every one of them.
Fucking dumbass. It's all on one tomb. Like, you know, they have the crosses. This is a really fat, thick cross, just has all this written on it.
Yeah. And like at at the beginning of the memorial, all the crosses, it says like devoted to all the heroes who died at Reach and Buck. Just and Buck.
Correct. He's the memorial for Reach.
We wouldn't consider him a hero.
That's how I want to die. That's a fucking disgrace. Good news. You're already on the way there.
Oh Jesus. No, my viewers they're already disgraces.
I didn't say I was a good co-host. I just said I was one. Shit. There's also a couple spin-off games that are really neat. They told their own little stories of other Spartan groups. The Halo War series.
Oh yeah.
Was a very, just a oh shit, what was the name of that old game back in the day?
Grand Theft Auto 4, Assassin's Creed 1, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Batman Arkham Asylum.
I'm just gonna wait for you to stop.
Mario Party. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay. Some of those games where you have to like amass an army, like StarCraft almost. Very has a very StarCraft feel. But with an actual storyline.
I played the demo of Halo Wars, if that counts.
You get the gist of it. That's about how those kind of things work.
Yeah.
Let's see. They recently actually came out with the Halo Wars 2. I want to say I haven't played that one. Just because I didn't really feel like wait. I'm kind of until I leave my own volition. Good luck with that one.
Have they made?
You fuckers are stuck with me.
Have they made Gears of Halo Theft Auto 5 yet?
Honestly, at this point, 343 Industries do whatever they want.
I
don't even think they have another game like in the works.
I appreciate the vast amount of machinimas that were made from Halo, especially in like Halo 3. That was a good solid community there, just making all these machinimas. And you had what was it, the Arbiter and the Chief or whatever.
I mean, that's what got a lot of these I mean, Rooster Teeth's a good example that got them off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Halo helped a lot of small YouTubers come from these very small things to these huge juggernauts of they are now.
Kind of like the Minecraft of its day.
Except the decent storyline.
Halo. It's kind of like Minecraft. That's going to be the next quote above my head. Halo's kind of like Minecraft.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
But you don't really see too many Halo machinimas now. Like any new ones in the new games.
No, because one, Rooster Teeth kind of had that,
Oh yeah.
Kind of had that market cornered bit, and honestly, you tried to make something very similar. I mean, if you go on YouTube, there are a ton of Minecraft-esque kind of channels that tried. And actually, I was just go ahead and grabbing one or two of those, and just seeing how bad they are. They're all made in Forge World. I remember that from Halo. Was that ODST? Yeah, ODST had a Halo Forge on it. Which is actually really neat. I remember how long ago was this? It wasn't too long ago where I had some guys just kind of messed with me and said, "Hey, you wanna play Halo whatever with us?" It's like, shit, I haven't turned that game on in years at this point. Yeah, sure, why not? And we just played little mini games on Halo Forge World. A lot of fun, actually. So I mean, if you play the multiplayers, Halo has a lot of playability in it.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the stories for what they were. They were worth the money to me just off that alone. I really didn't need anything else. Now I did make. Oh shit! I don't even know if it's still out there or not. I actually did make a published Forge World at one point or another. It was like a big ramp race track thing,
Mm.
and I think I called it like Halo Derby or something.
Mm.
But it was like a recommended track for about a few weeks. I know that.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I was a bit autistic with that one. Like, I'll tell you this. Hang on, do I still have it up? Oh, I still have it. I think it's on my shelf somewhere over there. I actually have a black like almost stretchy wristbands. Just a bunch of Halo buttons all over it, and that's what I would wear to school every day in high school, like high school, middle school.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like I wore the Leonard Skinner black hoodies and had my hair down to my fucking chin.
Right.
It's like, life sucks, but Halo's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I wore my trench coat every day at school. You know, looking like the school
That's
shooter.
different, dude. That's different. That's I get from you. I could see it.
I mean, you could see it.
I heard next if Lay's messaged me says, "Shit, you hear? Primus went crazy and shot up at school."
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, some days I would have to dress up for like a presentation or something, so it would be a nice suit and tie with the trench coat. Well, not suit, but the trench coat would serve as the jacket, and it looked nice. I would bring my Soviet hat, you know, sometimes like do a joke of, that I'm a Soviet officer. That's where Comrade Primus originated, man.
Oh, God. Hang on a second, I gotta look this up. Masterpiece. Oh, typo? Okay, fine. Fuck you too, then. Oh shit, let me see if I can find this. I want to say they also called them machinimas as well. Alright, we're gonna go here. Oh, wait, what? What's this? Oh shit, this actually looks well done. When was this done? This is recent. Wait, what?
Now, I will say, we have had Lays stream himself watching a few Primus Prime times, and he has reflected that it is often that Twisted comments on something that the audience can't see, especially in Discord.
What do you mean?
Like, you'll talk about, like, pictures posted in Discord or something, but it's not like anyone watching the stream can see it or anything.
They... think?
Well, I mean, they're not...
And they're not... Then what they need to do is get on the Discord.
That's fair.
This is one thing I learned when I was doing YouTube. You got to cross promote a bit. If you're interested enough to know what I'm talking, these little nods and things I'm talking about, you need to go and see what they are. You know.
So how do we jump into your Google search that you just did about a machinima?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you this link here. Copy that. Send it to. I'm gonna just PM it to you. You don't know. I'm gonna put it in the Primus Prime. Put it in the actual Primus Prime time thing. Apparently, there's this actually YouTube channel that's still doing machinimas. On Halo 5, and they just posted like 5 hours ago.
Oh wow. Halo 5, 5 hours ago. This is the year 2005 plus give or take a few years. It's all coming together. 3 5s, high fives. See where I'm going with this?
No.
You just gotta open your inner eye, man.
My third eye has been awoken years ago, and I realized the world was shit.
Oh. But how good is that inner eye if you can't see, you know, the 5 5 5s? 5 5 5s plus 1 1 1 equals 6 6 6? Question mark. Hashtag not clickbait. So yeah, you were proceeding through the Halo games, and you were at Halo Wars.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Oh, but
I've literally gone through every Halo game.
But we haven't reached the soft reboot, have we?
I was gonna try to forget about 4.
Oh, you can't forget about 4.
I'm trying to forget about 4.
Oh, you can't
I
forget about...
was purposely ignoring it.
Oh no, we can't run away from that.
In fact, I might have to look up a synopsis on that game real quick. Because I don't remember jack shit that happened. No, actually, yeah, I do. Cortana was going crazy. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna head back in that zone. Oh god, it's all nightmares and terrible writing. Oh fuck, it's awful. Why would you do this? You had one chance, 343 Industries!
The game is flashing before his eyes and he's becoming Cobra Commander out of the trauma.
Why would you do this?
God.
We need the Weather Dominator to kill 343 Industries!
Is this the true origin of Cobra Commander? Halo 4?
Hail Hydra!
Oh, it's one of those Cobra Commanders. It's a Cuckoo Universe Cobra Commander.
Yeah, really. By the way, crazy writing so far.
Oh.
Crazy writing.
I think crazy is a good word to put it.
Crazy writing, my dude.
I'll accept that adjective.
So, at the end of Halo 3, Chief, I guess, shoots himself into fucking space or something. And, you know, then we're left for, like, I think it was, what, a 4 or 5 year period?
Yeah.
Between Halo 3 and Halo 4? It was a good chunk of time. All of a sudden, the E3 came out and like, Halo 4. Fanboys started shitting themselves in public, just like, oh! Like they're on their phones and subways, just like fucking creaming the subways. The subway floor just becomes just drenched in semen.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! You sound like this is from an eyewitness report, and it was your own eyes that were witnessing.
I was causing part of the mess.
Oh no! Now, do you feel that Halo 3 had a proper conclusion that you didn't need to continue on with future games?
I was okay with it. I was personally okay with it if they had stopped there. Because they left it very open-ended, like, Chief could be dead, he could be alive. Because at the beginning of Halo 4, they literally just show that, oh, he in this crash, he actually gets into a hyperbolic sleep chamber and for fucking 3 goddamn years. Literally, when the third game came out and when the Halo 4 came out, like, he's been asleep for this long. That's why you haven't had another game. Oh, shoot, we played this real time?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
okay.
He begins the first games by exiting a cryo sleep. He begins the next set of games doing this. It's like poetry, it rhymes. That's what George Lucas said when talking about the prequel trilogies, and we gotta follow his advice in writing for the prequel trilogies.
Wait, what?
When talking about, like, the prequel trilogy for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, he's like, it's poetry, it rhymes. May the 4th, guys. It's still that day.
If only Halo had J.J. Abrams to fucking write its story, so direct it at least. 343 just had an idea of, hey, the lifespan of a, you know, of an AI unit is only about 7 years before they start going in, they start crashing and becoming crazy, and basically growing a god complex. At this point, Cortana's been alive for, going on what, 9 years? She's got to be going crazy at this point, even though she was one of the more perfect AIs that have ever been made, because she was made 100% illegally.
Oh.
She was made off of a Flash clone of Halsey herself. So there is a big thing about, you know, how, you know, Flash clones should not be used. We have technology, but it's illegal. That's actually happened with the backstory of how the Spartan 2s came to be. Is they stole these twins and replaced them with a Flash clone that would die and decay a couple months later. So these parents had to watch what they thought was their child just start to essentially disintegrate from an unknown disease.
Oh man.
And of course, special ONI operations, UNSC doctors would look after him. You know, just to make sure nobody understood that this was Flash clone syndrome. and made everybody believe it was a weird disease that they don't know where it's come from. So they whatever. In Halo Legends, actually, one of the Spartan kids gets away and ends up going to her childhood home where she threatens to kill her Flash clone with a gun. And her Flash clone's already, at this point, already started deteriorating. She's in a wheelchair. It's basically the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, in a sense. Except your brain is, I guess in Parkinson's, I guess your brain's partially, I wouldn't say liquefying, it's just going just wonkers and haywire. But that's kind of how why the Spartan 2s happened. Now the Spartan 3s were just inferior, just so much more inferior to the Spartan 4s because they were just they weren't Marines. They were they just took as many orphan children as that would enlist. They gave a bill was put in motion where orphan kids could enlist. Orphan kids were then brought into the Spartan 3 program where they were indoctrinated and given Spartan armor and lackluster training. They were just cannon fodder. Very, very well trained cannon fodder. If you lost to Spartan 3, you were like, ah, shit, that hurts. If you lost to Spartan 2, it was devastating.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with the dead orphan here or there? Like, who's gonna mourn them? Their parents?
Shit.
That's another terrible quote from this series. God, help me.
Twisted saw it because it was him. Sounds like that game from video, the Mickey Mouse voice.
You know, any day we get compared to the Game Grumps is a good day.
Perhaps I'm funnier than the Game Grumps.
Funnier than the Game Grumps? Maybe that will be the episode after the episode where I have Halo's kind of like Minecraft up there.
like news articles. This day in news. That kind of bullshit. But anyways, back to 4. I guess we have to.
We
have to. They just fall upon a precursor world. The entire time, Cortana's losing her mind, slowly, slower, until finally she ex machina takes control of this entire fucking planet and stops the Didax, which is this precursor guy that's been fucking stuck in cryostasis for millennia. Wakes up like it's no bullshit and goes, "Sup? This is my fucking world now." And she's like, "Oh no, it's not." So she becomes this weird like half alien thing, which I guess they talk about in Halo 5, which I never fucking played. I have it reserved. I get called like once every fucking week that, hey, your copy of Halo 5 is arrived at GameStop. I'm not picking it up.
How long ago did Halo 5 release? And
I'm still getting the fucking emails from it.
If you have it reserved, you have one wait. You've already spent the money. You gotta
No, I've only spent $5 on it to get the fucking little poster from it.
To get a poster of a game you'll never play.
Yeah, and I got another $5 on a Call of Duty game I'm never gonna get.
Oh boy, come on, Twisted! Don't you want to see the cool fights between Master Chef and Bob, or whatever the dude's name is?
Fucking Bob, the Didac. No. What's his fucking name? What is the Spartan, the Spartan 3's name that you deal with in Halo 5? Chad, if you know, help me out here.
Bob, Samuel, Samson.
I'm gonna fucking Google it. I'm gonna Google it. I'm just gonna Google it.
Quote wall, please make one. What is a quote wall?
Just a bunch of words behind in the background that just kind of stay there.
Oh, it'll be hard to see because my screen's pretty cluttered actually. We have the blurb info over here. We have the chat over here. We have a quote over here. Maybe I could get some sort of bar at the bottom that's like rotating like some sort of news script, but I think that would be another distracting element.
Yeah, you can do that. It's pretty easy to do, actually.
Although I think we do need some more moving things on the screen besides me. We couldn't get the background to move. That just destroyed everything. So we can't have
Locke. That was his name.
Ah, John Locke, Loki. I got you.
Yeah, sure, whatever. At this point, I really don't care about Halo 5. I've just lost interest completely. the franchise at the very second moment is dead to me. If they ever like bring some kind of light back to it, some kind of breath of fresh air, maybe. Again, I don't know how Halo 5 ended. I don't really care to know how it ended.
I
have the synopsis right in front of me. I can read this if I wanted to.
Yeah, I watched a review of Halo 5 from a very devoted Halo channel, and they just tore into it. They said it was poor quality as a game, poor quality as a story. They just didn't like it. Of course, I haven't played a Halo game since ODST, so kind of behind on the Halers.
Okay, apparently Cortana becomes this all-powerful god being over all of UNSC systems.
Will that happen to the Cortana on my computer for Windows 10?
Shit. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's basically the end story. It looks like. All right, that's fair, I guess.
And then there's an after credits scene where Nick Fury shows up and wants to recruit Master Chef into the Avengers.
You know, I would actually be quite curious how like a Spartan 2 would compare to the Avengers. He would be less mobile than Iron Man, but stronger. Huh. He'd definitely be better than Hawkeye or Widowmaker.
So like
not Widowmaker.
Widowmaker. Oh yes, yeah, let's not forget about the Overwatch Avengers shared universe.
Shit. Oh yeah. Little side note about Overwatch. Apparently they're thinking about making Symmetra's teleporter just an ability, not a super.
The only character I know from Overwatch is Tracer, and I've never played Overwatch a day in my life. I know the freaking Overwatch theme song. Oh, I want to hear your opera rendition of the Halo opera theme type. You know, the theme song for Halo.
Oh shit! I don't have the mixer up. Jeez, that'd be great. Fuck, it's been so long. Let me hear it real quick. I got the general idea. I don't want to fuck up.
For the first time here on Primus Prime Time, we will hear a Twisted Ambitions rendition of the Halo theme. Avengers vs. Halo sounds like a million-view video. It sounds like some sort of like trailer-edited video to get the views, but not say like fan trailer or fan edit anywhere in the title. Captain America vs. Master Chef. Yep. How good at cooking do you think Master Chef is?
Actually really good. That is actually canon in the books. He's actually a very, very good Master Chief. He's actually a really good cook.
Does Master Chief have any flaws to him?
He cannot love and he cannot get a boner.
Oh, boo-hoo.
No, literally, they were all sterilized and ripped of their sexual urges in the process of becoming Spartan 2s. They were all just like they were made into robots. They were just stripped of any personality they had. A couple of them just kind of like retained. They didn't take the process too well. Like Fred is a good example. He didn't take the thing all the way. So he's still very goofy, but he's still like none of them have like libidos. None of them have like urges.
But still, I think these flaws, as a narrative element, sort of help build the characters as this cool stoic type character. So what I'm getting into is, at the foundation, is Master Chief a Mary Sue?
Oh, you're gonna call me idiot here, but you're gonna explain the definition of Mary Sue to me.
That's actually a fair question, because there's been a lot of definitions of Mary Sue, but I take Mary Sue as a definition of a character that just has no major, at least, character flaws. They're like perfect in every way. They can't just narratively they're sometimes over.
So if I was to think about this as like a Marine, like looking at the Spartans, I guess They would definitely be that. They're a character without flaws. They are just the perfect fighting machine. They have no flaw, no. And in the lore of Halo, a Spartan never dies. They list them as in the actual like UNSC database. They list them as MIA. They are never died. They are never killed. That's just to keep morale, because honestly, that's what they've been told. All the Marines have been told that Spartans are the elite of the elite, and they cannot be killed. So like, fine, if we're with a Spartan, we cannot die. When, in fact, most platoons that are put with the Spartan almost always die. Because the Spartan literally does not care about anyone but other Spartans.
Were they Spartans in Halo Reach?
Yeah, they were Halo 2s or Spartan 2s.
So they certainly died.
Yeah, they certainly died. But if you you were to, out of this probably some database out there, looked at some database, they're going to see MIA, lost, or missing on Reach. Most people are going to understand that they're probably dead.
Yeah.
But just for bookkeeping purposes and to tell the public, essentially. And Owen, the Oni section knew that Halsey was doing these experiments, but they literally just kind of told her, fine, do the experiments. We'll give you any kind of funding you need. But if this ever comes to public light, we knew nothing about this.
Beanie comes in with, wow, I forgot I subbed to you. Thanks for the support, Beanie. Thank you for popping in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck, this guy's still alive? Shit, okay. Thought I left this guy years ago. Shit. Good job, Beanie.
Well,
fuck. I mean,
I just don't know how to respond to that.
I'm kind of with you.
Oh, okay. You're on this very live stream for the past 6 episodes. How do you forget you've subbed to me?
I'm late for most of these live streams.
That doesn't mean you're not here.
I'm not here. I'm not here emotionally. You haven't touched me in years, Primus.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's true. I mean, you're not.
Why don't you look him in the eyes and make love anymore, Primus?
Okay.
Get some gay shit up in here.
Gay?
Gay. Shit.
We're still waiting on that opera song. We want to hear your fabulous voice.
Fuck, it's such a weird tone. Okay.
I'm gonna.
My computer's doing something.
Stop.
My computer's doing something weird also.
Alright, we're ready.
Wait, there are lyrics?
I mean, there are lyrics. What lyrics are in that song? What are they in Latin?
It's so weird. I've never actually listen. I like the music. I've never actually listened to it though.
I ship Twisted Prime, says Lays. Don't invent that term and make sure no one else says that ever again. What a terrible term.
What is our ship name?
It says Twisted Prime. Or Primus Ambition.
Permission.
There's no purr sound in Primus Prime. It's not permission.
Permission. Or
I get, yeah, okay.
Or honestly, I guess just primed. Honestly,
primed. Oh, no, very short.
Twisted.
Yeah, but I take up most of those letters. You share one, and then you get one unique letter out of that combination.
We share an E.
Yeah, we share one letter. You get one letter. I get the prim part.
Or fucking trim.
Trim. What a terrible. I don't want to hear that ever again. Trim.
trim.
Hey, bro,
Is
you want to read?
mayonnaise an instrument?
Bro, you want to read my trim fanfic?
Oh fuck. Okay, so before we end this episode, whenever we do end it, I don't know when that's gonna be. We need a ship name for me and Primus. And if anyone wants to get started on a fan fiction, that would be great. We'll read it in one of the live streams.
Yeah. We'll have Twisted read it because, you know, I censor myself on my own channel, but...
No. Make it like a script. Make it a script. Primus reads his part, then I read my parts.
Well, keep in mind that I censor myself on this channel, so...
No. We're gonna let those people in the new school district you're gonna go work in hear this later on. Like, did you read fan fiction about yourself?
We'll bring someone in to voice Primus Prime 22.
Shit, we're gonna out. Okay, we need to get a Rex Blazer in here to be you.
Oh god. So
imagine that velvety voice. And then I leaned in and gave Twisted a large kiss on the packer. And then I moved onto his shaft, gently stroking it. What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? Whatever that was just happened.
Twistimus Prime.
I want a fanfic to be canon in the Cuckoo universe.
Yes!
God, no. No.
I want Batman to watch.
Jesus Christ. It was either watch your stream or watch Lieutenant Corvus's stream. Well, I'm glad you're here. You know, it's hard to compete with a small girl who has the vocabulary of not a very small girl.
Did she say vagina a lot?
Probably.
I don't know who this is. Who's Lieutenant Corvus?
I have a very base understanding of Lieutenant Corvus, but I don't watch her too often.
I don't even know. I didn't know who this existed.
So, at the fundamental level, what is it about Halo, would you say, that attracts you to it? Twisted Ambition.
Oh, is this the girl that said, send me all those, like, dragon does, I want to try them?
Well, I'm not too versed in my Lieutenant Corvus lore, but...
Anyways, wait, what was the question again?
At the fundamental base, what is it about Halo that attracts you to it?
One, before, again, 343 Industries fucked everything. The lore was extremely deep. They went into, very particulars of how the Spartans worked. I love the high sci-fi kind of feel of it. I've always liked the high mechanics of anything. That's why I'm into gunplay now. I love the mechanics of how they work. I've always been a sucker for machinery and the future and that kind of thing. I love it. It's always been my niche. That's what I've been around most of my childhood. That's what drew me to it originally. And if that's anyone else that hears like the way they want to do it, like what they enjoy, honestly, play all the Halos. Play them the original. They did a good job with the remasters. The remaster of the first 3 games. And honestly, I've always thought about going back and playing through it again, and like what is it called? Cognitive order, or what is it? There's a name for this when it goes from like in order of like time.
Chronological
so
order?
Like, yes, thank you. Shit. Like start with Reach, go to Halo 1, 2, 3, then ODST, and that's basically that. And then don't play 4 and 5.
Just ignore those.
I'm okay with Chief dying in the void at 3.
You heard it here first. Primus hates Lieutenant Corvus. I never said that. Don't get me into some YouTube drama with a freaking midget. I mean, I just called her a midget, so that might not be good.
Is she a child or a midget?
Child. Halo is good because of the nostalgia. Yeah, I got into Halo. The reason I like Halo is how it's very much an alternative to a lot. It was an alternative when it was popular to like a lot of the mainstream first-person shooter games. Like, you know, in Call of Duty, at least then, if you jumped, you didn't have to wait for gravity to bring you back down. It was a normal jump. You didn't have a lot of complex fighting in Halo and Call of Duty really up until like the Modern Warfares. Just, I like the novelty of Halo, I suppose.
I get you. I love how Ultrox and Draco are playing God Eater instead of watching this fucking stream.
Well, they can have their lives.
Good support, guys.
Well, they can have their lives. They can do what they want.
Oh, yeah, I was right. Colonel Cor is the one that wanted everybody to send her dragon dildos.
Huh.
I posted in the prime time Discord.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, we talked about it on stream. It's allowed to be on the Discord.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean you should just start talking about child pornography and then, hey, we said it in the stream, let's just flood it in the Discord.
Fucking Primus! Ultrox stopped playing God Eater to go, excuse me. It took a fucking minute out of playing the game and went, what?
What?
The fuck did they just post? He just popped out of nowhere and went, fuck, what's going on?
Yes.
Lays, did you fucking message them? I think Lays messaged them and said Twisted's talking shit. You'll be detained by the CIA if you watch
it. Okay, see what we're doing right now? We're referencing Discord that the people can't see.
Yeah, y'all should go check out the Discord. What are you fucking waiting for? The link's down below.
Primus in all caps says Last Gamer 64 last. Yes, says Primus Prime 22 with a questionative intonation in his voice.
Twisted says
what?
What? Get to eviscerated?
Primus get to eviscerated.
What is that word? I know what eviscerated means. What's is that how you spell eviscerated? That's how you spell eviscerated.
I'm not aware of an English verb pattern in which you say get to and then the past tense of a verb.
How does this English work? I don't think it does.
All right. So after that little, the FBI. This is the FBI. Open up. Why, hello, FBI. How are you today?
See if that worked.
We can come hang out. We're about to end this.
Shit, did it work?
Did what work? You just sent a message in our private chat that says "Come hang out in the Discord."
I was trying to do the /TTS to make it talk in chat, like make it do a voice chat thing.
Oh God. Well, I think we've covered our bases. I'm very busy. I need to go do stuff, so I think we should end it here. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for coming out. Twisted's links are in the description. Subscribe if you have not. Link to the Cuckoo Universe Google Drive is in the description if you haven't seen my Cuckoo Universe video. Beanie, thanks for coming out since you remembered that you were subscribed to me. And thank you all for coming out. You know, it's all cool. It's all cool in the hood. Let's see. Primus Prime Time live every 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. Next Primus Prime Time, we'll either be talking about Infinity War if Twisted has seen it by then, and if not, I kind of just want to try just doing a Primus Prime Time without a centralized topic and see how much of a train wreck that is.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. And hopefully by then I'll be much more in a streaming mood. But yeah. Any departing words?
Beanie, if you want another stream later on, either tonight or tomorrow, me doing some stuff on Twitch and Mixer. Might even try to do it YouTube tomorrow as well. So follow me on those platforms, Twitch, Mixer, and that. I don't know if he probably didn't have those down in the description.
Twisted's Twitch.
not.
His Twitch and his Twitter is in the description.
Okay,
And his
that'll work.
YouTube channel.
And if you follow on the Discord again, it'll actually say update. I don't know, maybe check it out. You know.
Well, you've been streaming every
Hang
Friday?
out.
Yeah, we've been streaming every Friday. This is the 6th stream.
For 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Where the fuck you been?
But yeah, thank you guys for hopping up. We actually had good viewership this time around. Typically, the last few times we haven't had anyone in the chat, so you know today was pretty cool. But thank you guys for popping out, and we'll end it here. Thank you.